Imagine you're an hiring manager and I show up as a candidate to a job interview looking like this. What would you think? How about now? I know this is a dramatic example, but there are many little things we do inadvertently in job interviews that are accidentally sabotaging our chances, especially in a super competitive job market like we have these days. In this video, we're gonna be taking a look at 5 interview killers and how to dodge them like a ninja. Killer number 1, dressing inappropriately. Listen up, first impressions matter, and your outfit can make or break that initial impression. Did you know that 65% of interviewers admit to making hiring decisions based on a candidate's appearance?
Are you serious right now?
That's right. Your fashion choices could cost you the job before you even open your mouth. I once had a call with a recruiter where I showed up wearing a hoodie because I was just used to wearing that in my day-to-day work situations. And she low-key recommended that I wear something different when I meet the hiring manager. Now, I'm not saying you have to show up to an interview in a tuxedo or a ball gown, but you should dress professionally, like you're taking that interview seriously. Avoid anything too casual, revealing, or outrageous. You want the interviewer to focus on your qualification and skills, not your wardrobe. Killer number 2, lack of research. Picture this, you show up to an interview and the hiring manager asks, "So what do you know about our company?" If your answer is a blank stare and a shrug, you're in big trouble, my friend.
You don't belong here.
If you don't research the company, the role, and even the interviewer themselves, that's a surefire way to underwhelm your potential employer. According to a recent survey, a whopping 88% of hiring managers say they're turned off by candidates who don't bother to learn about their organization. Ouch! There's also an added advantage. I once interviewed for a role where I realized the hiring manager had an entrepreneurial background, and this was something we connected on during the interview process. So do your homework. Scour the company's website, read their blog, and stalk them on social media, but not in a creepy way. Show them you're genuinely interested and have taken the time to understand their business. Killer number 3, stumbling over your answers. Interviews can be nerve-wracking, but stumbling over your answers is a major turnoff. It makes you seem unprepared, unfocused, and let's face it, a little bit unprofessional. The solution? Practice, practice, practice. Sit down with a friend or family member and go through some common interview questions. Heck, you can even practice in front of a mirror if you're feeling extra dramatic like I am right now. The more you rehearse, the more confident and articulate you'll sound on the big day. Another tip is to have 5 to 7 answers in popular story formats. For example, the STAR method, which stands for situation, what was the problem, task, what were you tasked to do, action, what did you do, and result, what was the outcome. Having a structure like this will keep your stories on track and on point. Killer number 4, talking too much or too little. Finding the right balance in an interview is crucial. If you're a chatterbox and you can't stop rambling, you come across as unfocused or even a little self-absorbed. But if you're also tight-lipped, like you're not talking much, the interviewer has to pry answers out of you, and that will make you seem disinterested or unprepared. So aim for a happy medium. Answer questions thoroughly but concisely, and leave room for the interviewer to interject and ask follow-up questions when necessary. Remember, it's a conversation, not a one-person show. Killer number 5, not asking questions. Finally, we've come to the interview sin of not asking questions. Listen, because this one is a doozy. According to a survey by the Society for Human Resource Management, 45% of interviewers say they're turned off by candidates who don't have any questions for them. Asking thoughtful questions shows that you're engaged, curious, and truly interested in the role and company. It's your chance to learn more and demonstrate your enthusiasm. Plus, it allows you to evaluate whether the opportunity is right for you, because you're not only being interviewed by the company, you're also interviewing the company. So do your research and come prepared with a few questions, especially questions that are not obvious from the job description, and be ready to ask follow-ups based on the conversation. Some examples of good questions to ask are, is this a new role or a backfill? What qualities will an ideal candidate for this role have? And how will success be measured for someone in this role? This gives you an extra opportunity to gain more insight into the role and the team and the other people you're gonna be working with. Try not to ask about the salary or other benefits right off the bat. That's a surefire way to make the interviewer roll their eyes at you. All right, there you have it. 5 interview killers and how to avoid them. I'll recap once again. Dress professionally, do your research, practice your answers, strike a conversational balance, and make sure to ask insightful questions. Follow these tips and you'll be well on your way to nailing that tech interview and landing your dream job. Remember, the key is preparation and confidence. You got this.